Welcome to FPAC Channel 9. I'm Susan Kessel, and I'm here right now with Joyce Heisel and Beth Brownlee. And we're here to talk about a project that's going to happen in Fairfield. That's a project I think Fairfield has needed for a long time. And it is the hope that this Thanksgiving in our community that no one will have to be alone or by themselves to eat and celebrate Thanksgiving. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me how this project got started.
Okay, well, a year ago, actually, the board of the Senior Center had discussed doing this, but and opening the Senior Center as a possible building to have a community Thanksgiving dinner. We were a bit overwhelmed at how we even got started, how we would get started, so we sort of decided we would wait a year and think about it and maybe get it in the works for this year. And then I was at a meeting of the Jefferson County Coalition on Domestic Violence, and someone brought up the fact that they knew of a person in Mount Pleasant who had done this annually, and they would like to get it started here. So I approached the Senior Center board, and they agreed to open the center on Thanksgiving Day to have it for a community Thanksgiving dinner. Not to be sponsored by any one particular group or organization in town, but hoping to gather different groups and organizations, churches, even individuals who are interested in helping with this and make it truly a community
Now
effort.
you are president of the Senior Citizen Site Board, and you brought this idea to them, and many people had already been thinking about it. And Joyce, you are the site coordinator of the Senior Citizen Site. So when she came to you with this idea, what did you think?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I was all for it. I think it's a good idea. I think we've needed it in the county for a long time, and I think it'll do really good.
I think so too. Where do you start when you're planning this?
That was really what was so overwhelming to the board in the beginning. And what we did was just the lady Lamar O'Neill is the lady in town who knows the gentleman in Mount Pleasant, and she actually just approached him to see what he did.
To find out what has worked in the past.
Right. And he actually serves around 100 people annually.
Do you anticipate a certain number?
No, we really don't know what to expect.
Or what you're going to prepare for?
We have reservation sheets out, and we will collect those, and we have also given out phone numbers for people to call. So the cutoff date for reservations will be the 18th of November.
So you do need to make reservations if you would like to attend the community Thanksgiving. And where are these sign-up sheets at?
Well, they're located in various, the public health has one, the different clinics, doctor's offices have one, the senior center, there's one at the senior center, and then on the posters that I believe Richard showed at the beginning of the program, they are in various sites in town also, and they have phone numbers that people can call, and we will sign them up also. There is a reservation sheet, I think, at the Lord's Cupboard, at Department of Human Services. We took them several places where people might be able to take advantage of this.
Now, they should also sign up if they can't actually physically come to the Senior Citizen Site. You will be delivering meals to home, so you can sign up and have one delivered, or if you know of someone that should have one delivered, call up.
And if somebody needs a ride, if they would like to come to the dinner but they don't have a way to get in, we also hope to be able to provide transportation to go out and pick people up, bring them into the center. This is all done free of charge because so far everything pretty much looks like it's going to be donated. We've had just a tremendous amount of support from the community, from the grocery stores, from individuals, from church groups, and we're still waiting to see, of course, the final outcome, but we're also still waiting to see what the final numbers are going to be. The Livingstone's church here in town had been doing this for about the past 4 years, I think, didn't they say, Joyce? And they had been serving around 70 to 75 people.
Wow. Now,
So
are they
they-
joining in this effort?
They actually they aren't going to do it this year, but they're telling their people that we're going to do it instead, so the people from their congregation that took advantage of it will have a place to go and will be able to take advantage of this one. So we really don't know about numbers. I mean, we could look at numbers 100 to 150 even, and Joyce has said that the main dining room at the senior center would probably seat 150, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Now, this is at the senior citizen site on Thanksgiving Day.
That's
What time will it
1
begin?
o'clock in the afternoon is when we're going to have serving.
And how long will the serving last?
I think until everybody's full and everybody's fed.
So all afternoon?
Well, actually, we would like to have people come at 1, and just then as long as it takes,
Okay.
just go through a serving line, so as long as it takes people to
Okay.
go through and be served.
And you need lots of volunteers to pull this effort off. What are some of the areas that you're looking for volunteers? You're looking for donations of food items, of money. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, I did take around to Easters and to Hy-Vee a list of our needs, and they promised me that they would put a box out with this list on there so that we would get just specifically what we needed and wouldn't get things that we would not be able to use. So if people are interested in picking something up at the grocery store that's on this and putting it in the box at the store, then the grocery stores will have it there for us that we can pick it up, or
And
they can deliver it.
some of these items are whole kernel corn, green beans, regular cut or whole, stovetop dressing, chicken flavor, cranberry gelatin, Heinz gravy, chicken or turkey flavor, and also monetary donations can be taken or mailed to the Senior Center at 209 South Court in Fairfield. Now, as far as people volunteering their time, they need to contact you and say they would like to do this, and you can tell them the areas that you need.
Or they can tell me where they would like to help, and we now have a list of people who have just said they would be willing to help wherever we needed them. So
That's
we have
nice.
that. We have other people who have specified as far as serving and cleanup, people to do the carryouts. Actually, we have 2 couples who have already volunteered to do the carryouts, and unless we have a whole lot more carryouts, that should probably take care of that. We need people to go out and give people rides in. So there are several different areas. Cooks, we do have, I think, enough people who have volunteered to cook, but there again, if somebody wants to call in and says they want to help cook, I'm sure we can find something for them to do.
Right. What a great way to spend your Thanksgiving, helping and really helping someone else within the community. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful idea, and if you're out there and you would like to help, give us a call and we'll direct you. Another big part of this is the donations that you do need, and I'm sure you need money for items.
Actually, on our needs list at the grocery stores, we did not put turkey down because we don't know until we know how many people we're going to serve, how many turkeys we're going to need. So we're hoping to get money in that will allow us to purchase the turkeys based on the number of people that will be fed. We do have a gal who has done professional cooking in the past, and so she knows how to figure up all the things as far as how many people and how much we're going to need. That's been a wonderful asset. She has just been a godsend for this whole
Just
thing.
to know how
Yeah.
much to purchase and cook.
And when to start it, and to have it
Have it all
ready.
come out on time,
same
kind of
time.
like at home when you want everything to
Yeah.
come out at the same time.
Exactly.
The menu for the day: turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy and dressing, corn, green beans, cranberry, gelatin, fresh vegetable relish, rolls, pumpkin pie, and whipped topping. What a wonderful Thanksgiving meal.
Now, I also might add that if we have any money, actual money left over, the Ministerial Alliance has agreed to keep that for us, and then hopefully that will be kept for next year. Well, not hopefully, it will be kept for next year as a startup, because hopefully this will be an annual event. And then we will have some money left over to start up for
I'm
the
sure
future.
it will grow. Word of mouth. When they have
Yeah.
this wonderful meal, they'll be coming back next year.
Well, I hope so. And then the other thing that the committee had decided was that if there was food left over, we would take it to the rest care facility and also to the women's shelter in Ottumwa. So it's going to be split up between those two places.
So nothing will be wasted.
No.
Now, what else can you tell me? Churches are involved. The Ministerial Alliance is supporting the effort.
Oh, very much, yes. In fact, the churches, there's been, isn't it 2 church groups that offered to do the relish? So the vegetable
Yeah, we have
relish.
them all ready for us.
We'll have that all taken care of. So, and we're hoping that as more churches are made aware of this, there'll be more church groups. A lot of ladies groups, I think, look for different little things like this to do or to help with, and they could certainly be a big help.
So as of this time, pumpkin pies have been taken care of. Relish has been offered and the whipped topping is taken care of. Potatoes and rolls have been donated by Hy-Vee. Easter's has agreed to help with what you find as the time grows closer. So that's nice support from our stores here in town. Donation boxes are at the stores, so as you're shopping, think about others. And
I'll tell you another neatest call I got was from Julie Manning, I believe, at the Best Western. And she had read about this, seen one of the posters, and offered the Best Western banquet facilities and the kitchen if we needed extra space. So I thought that was just a very wonderful gesture on their
very
part.
generous offer.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll have to take them up on
Well,
it.
that would be nice.
Oh, any leftover food will be given away. The Women's Shelter in Ottumwa provides emergency shelter for women and children from Jefferson County. And they can always use support there.
Yeah.
Is there a women's shelter here in Fairfield?
No, that's why women who are at risk, children who are at risk, will be taken in Ottumwa at the shelter. So that's why we felt, even though the shelter was in Wapello County, they do provide a great service for women and children in Jefferson County. So they certainly would benefit from anything that we had left over. And this is for families too. We don't want people to think it's just for seniors, since it's at the senior center. There are no restrictions being put on this as far as who can attend or how many can attend. There is no cost for this to whoever is attending, but one lady who did call me was very insistent about paying for her meal, so we discussed it and decided that we would accept donations if people felt better about having the meal, if they could donate something.
That's important to know that not just individuals, but couples, families can attend, and it is free or a free will donation, whatever you would like to offer. We hope that lots of people show up.
Yes, we do.
Is there anything else about the day that we need to know? It's Thanksgiving Day, 1 o'clock. They need to have reservations in by the, November 19th, 18th. Places to sign up around town.
Or they can call the senior center. They can call my home, and there are posters with all of those numbers available. And there's a couple of other phone numbers on there. Lamar O'Neill and her phone numbers are listed. So there are, if people don't have the availability of a sign-up sheet, they can certainly call one of those numbers on the posters, and we'll take the information.
Now, is there a reason that you selected Thanksgiving rather than Christmas?
Well, yeah, there kind of is.
What's that?
Well, it was mentioned to me once, and I can't honestly tell you who it was. Everyone's aware of any more seasonal depression,
Yes.
which becomes greater each year, and of course greater closer to the holidays, which is why it's called seasonal depression. But someone did point out that quite often if families do not live in the same community and have to choose whether they get together for Christmas or Thanksgiving, oftentimes they'll choose Christmas.
Choose Christmas.
And so Thanksgiving, sometimes more people are alone than at Christmas time. And I had never even thought about it that way.
It does make sense
Yeah.
when you think of it that way.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of people spending their Thanksgivings by themselves, and I'm sure there are lots of people that shouldn't be, and
They won't have to be.
they won't have to be. Right. Just to be within the community and share a meal together with other people is important, to get out on the day. And
Yeah.
so thank you very much for all of your efforts and in making this happen. It's something that I have thought about at different times, and I'm glad that that's finally going to happen.
We are too, because like I said, when we first thought about it a year ago, and we just went, oh, good idea, but...
So when did you think of it last year? Too close to Thanksgiving?
It was in the fall, and I think it was just overwhelming to think of what all we would have to do in just a few months' time. But when you have more than one group involved,
working together,
yeah,
it makes it happen.
a big difference. It does. It does.
So once again, we've been talking about the community Thanksgiving that will take place at the Senior Citizen site on Thanksgiving Day. Get your reservations in, sign up around town, or call the Senior Citizen site by November 18th. And if you'd like to volunteer, get a hold of one of these ladies here and let them know that you'd like to help. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.